So if somebody's thinking about doing this, how many goats do they have to have? And be sure to give us numbers for standard size goats as well as like Nigerian dwarfs.
Sure. If you look on a national basis and you just look at goat grazing companies out there, there's almost everything. There's 5 goats, there's 10 goats, there's 50 goats, and there's 500 goats. Most of my experience comes from within the Goats on the Go network. What we have found for our affiliates and the type of projects, we're looking at a couple dozen goats. 3 to 5 dozen is most common in a grazing unit, but we found that 20-ish is about as few standard size goats as you want to have, just in terms of eating fast enough to cash flow effectively. Again, every day you have to drive out and check the goats. That's an expense. So the faster they eat through an area, the fewer trips you have to make, the less, money you're taking out of that acreage chard you're getting paid for. When you start looking at smaller breeds of goats, we find most of our success with standard size goats, they have the reach. They have that 6 foot clearance where they're going to eat up so that people can walk unobstructed through the area once the goats have left. That said, plenty of us, we may start out with Nigerians or miniature goats, and Tex Masters are becoming kind of popular as people add in meat genetics to have an extra sale opportunity. You obviously need to increase your stocking rate if you have mostly or some miniature goats, but I would say don't do all miniature breeds, not all small size animals. They're not going to get the visual and consumption effect that people are expecting from this.